Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just before 10:30 in Honolulu, 4:30 in New York. It is Friday. Happy Aloha Friday, as we say on the islands. 25th day of September 2015, and this is the daily report for gold and silver, our weekend review. Interesting week in the precious metals with the markets trading modestly lower on the day and higher on the week. So after yesterday's dynamic move to the upside, over a $20 rise, we are seeing the markets give back about half of that, currently trading off about $8 on the day. We've seen a low of 1140. It's an important number because we've seen a double bottom there, a high of 1151. With our current print at 1145.50. We did initiate a long position. Traders that took that call, we are long at approximately 1151. We have our stops below 1133. We'll talk about that in a second, but the first thing I do want to look at is our daily chart. So traders, I've just pulled up our daily chart, and a couple of things really stand out pretty clear to me. So the first thing that really stands out is our current level of support, which I'm really pegging at 1121. It is a 50% retracement. Now, this retracement is of our shortest move, meaning the $100 rally from 1071 up to 1171. 50% retracement takes us to 1121. That is absolutely where we found support. If we look at our daily chart, this being today, Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, you can see on Tuesday it hit that low. It then tested that low again on Wednesday. It was able to hold it. Of course, yesterday we had the dynamic rise. Today we really have an inside trading day in which it is trading at about midway through the range of the day. Now, in terms of resistance, it is another 50% level. Now, this 50% level accounts from this top at 1232 going down to our low at 1071, 1072, 50% retracement comes in at 1152. We saw the market, I was hoping we would see the market actually be able to hold this level. We did close just above it, and that was, to me, a very, very positive sign. However, after that, we had Yellen come out and speak. She said that there is a high likelihood that we will see a rate increase or liftoff, as she puts it, at some time during 2015, and that absolutely put pressure on the precious metals, specifically gold, because we saw the dollar rallying quite substantially both after that as well as today. Now, although the dollar is trading lightly today, it did have really quite a big boost yesterday's trading activity. When we look at our daily chart, and this is in Japanese average format, you can see, at least on these last day here, we have no lower wick. We've been green ever since this market hit this real strong support at roughly 94 in terms of a level in which the market came down and began to bounce and then trade higher. And so traders, in terms of shorter term support and resistance levels, those are the areas that I'm pegging at. Now, we are at a really critical area. We're trading around 1146. And as we pointed out over the last couple of weeks, when we take a look at the big picture, and this has basically two different fib levels in there. First fib level comes in just under 300, or the beginning of this long rally, up to the record top at 1900 plus. The second fib retracement begins at the second leg, and the reason we call it a first leg is we had a $300 price in gold rising up to 1,000. At 1,000, it sold back off and traded back to 700. That was another wave, and then this being the second leg of that rally. And so our second fib retracement starts at just below 700 and goes to that same top. That's why these numbers overlap here, because they're both there. But when we do that, we get a couple of key areas. First of all, the longer term area gives us our really long-term support, which comes in at at around 1197. Now, I just did a chart for this morning that should air sometime today. If it hasn't already been sent to you by the time of this recording in terms of a link, it will be sent as soon as it gets pushed live. And that's where we're looking at absolute support. We saw this market really hold that. Over the last 3 months, we have tested that low 3 times during a period of 3 months. We've tested it once each and every month. Now, we also have some real resistance, which is our 61% retracement, which comes in at around 1156. So that matches up with the number that we just looked at. And so really, for me to get extremely bullish and to put into play overall long-term bullish models, we really need to see an effective close above this point. So we'll have to see how that unfolds over the next couple of weeks. Now, the big caveat, of course, is if we do get rate hikes, and realize that we will not have another FOMC meeting till late in October. I believe it's October 26th. I'd have to look at the date, but I know that it's towards the later half of October is the next FOMC meeting. That's the first time they'll actually be able to announce it. But we do have that, and then we've got November and December. So there's plenty of time for a rate hike. We saw that had a positive impact actually on the equities markets, and of course a positive impact on the US dollar. So we'll have to see how that all plays into precious metals. We also have a scenario with a budget coming up and whether or not it will shut down the government again. I don't think we're going to see that. We're not going to really put that into perspective unless that starts to heat up. But in terms of absolute support and resistance levels, traders, those are the long-term levels that we're currently looking at. So traders, lastly, I do want to look at palladium today. Palladium has just been on an absolute tear. In fact, take a look at this daily chart. You can see that over the last couple of days, this market has gone over the basic channel lines that we've put in, and it was already at an upward manner, but it has definitely broken out well above that. You can see that a couple of days ago we had a dynamic market that really began trading roughly at around $612, closing well above $650, and now pushing close to $670 per ounce. And without a question, the palladium market in terms of the precious metals complex has absolutely outperformed all of the other precious metals. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We will talk to you on Monday for another daily update and review. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.